and good morning. Welcome back to We Got Options with the Doctor and Son. Today we are jumping right in, wanting to talk more about different type of services out in our community. And today we wanted to focus on Dr. Dream Dancer Studio, which is a subset of the Green McElwain Foundation. So today, Tremaine and I are going to have a good conversation about what um, the different aspects of the Dr. Dream Dancer Studio programs that they have, and also want to share more about what to expect or what to look forward to that's coming when we're starting to talk about this new venture with Dr. Dream Dancer Studio. So, Tremaine, now when you're thinking about the studio, the arts, and working with children, working with adults, working with the new generation, what are your thoughts? Are there anything that you think about as far as enriching our lives and kind of being more into what we're doing as individuals, professionals, stay-at-home moms, whatever the case may be? What are your thoughts?
Um, in terms of life, like,
Yeah, just staying focused on the arts and making sure that people are, doing things that are enjoyable for them, that may also work into, their health, being healthy, being educational, being on the side of fitness and wellness and, really taking care of themselves. What are your thoughts about those activities in those areas?
um, I mean, they're all good things. I mean, having a schedule and having, something that you got time to do and, keeping up with certain things is, as we get older, it's better for us to have that type of consistency.
Yeah, yeah. And I think when you said making time for, I think sometimes it's making sure that we are definitely, putting in the effort to make sure we have that time. You know what I mean? Like making it a routine activity that we are giving to ourselves to make sure that we can be the healthiest that we can be and support our, mental stability, promote our physical health, support our physical health and things of that nature as well. So promoting the overall well-being is something that Dr. Dream Dancer Studio is definitely focused on. And when we say the arts, we're talking about promoting, like, understanding about your health, understanding about the health education that comes along with that, whether it be mental health, physical health, any type of health that you can think about, I guess. And then we're talking about, the level of fitness in your life, whether you want to be, feeling fit, looking fit. Some people like to have that lean look. Some people like to have that, just different types of looks to themselves. Also thinking about the wellness that goes along with that, being able to generate I guess the energy of being in a wellness state of mind or a wellness state of your physical being. So a lot of times when we're talking about that, we start talking about the arts in terms of dance therapy, movement therapy, being more creative and aware, maybe in meditation, talking about having some type of physical like exercise, like walking or riding a bike, or just kind of being able to just really relax and make that a part of your healthy living, even your nutritional intake and some of your other intakes as well, because I always mention to people, even what you intake into your your brain, your knowledge, whether you're watching TV all day aimlessly or playing video games, or are you, listening to podcasts, are you, and everyone is different, you know what I mean? So wanted to really kind of jump in and talk about that, because that's what Dr. Dream Dancer Studios is all about, in trying to develop these different elements in people's lives and having different types of programs to help ignite their creativity. Tremaine, what are your thoughts on, just me giving that overall of what is trying to be created and trying to be conveyed with Dr. Dream Dancer Studio?
I think any, level of, trying to be healthy and fit is a net positive whenever we think about doing it. And, you putting it out there is a good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. We definitely want to make sure that when we start some of these programs, which next year, 2024, is going to be kind of the big push for us to really get out there. This program will be put out there in the community where workshops will be happening once or twice a month. And those workshops will be around, art therapy. Those workshops can be around, dance movement therapy. Those workshops can be around music therapy. So it's just going to be different areas that we would be performing in, as far as, yoga therapy, especially for younger people. Yoga therapy is something that's really big and on the rise now. So those are things that we're going to try to look at and do a little bit more research in the next few months, so that when January hits, 2024, we can really be able to, solidify dates, times, locations, and everything else, as far as being able to put these different types of activities in place for people, so that people can look at not only just their physical health, but also their overall wellness, their overall maintaining a healthier lifestyle, or developing a healthier lifestyle. And I think that's something to really consider. And, I love the idea of being able to set this forth in the Green McElwain Foundation initiatives that are available to the community. But I think this is going to be something that's going to be a big push on the side of really engaging our our younger generation, and really getting them, even though I know computers and, virtual, and being, in one place, or being able to be anywhere and work and do a lot of things and go to school. I think still having that level of physical activity and physical movement is going to be important for the new generation, as, a lot of them are more likely to, take on jobs where they can be actually remote and be tele. So, what are your thoughts on that, Tremaine? Any big revelations on all that?
Um, I mean, no huge revelations. I mean, I think it's important to, stay active, keep moving, and, even if it's, just 30 minutes a day, of walking around or riding a bike or doing anything,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah,
even just, learning something new.
exactly. Exactly. So yeah. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and go to a commercial break, and we'll be back after these messages. Dr. Latasha McElwain's professional consulting services. Dr. Latasha McElwain has become an elite and esteemed professional in her field of counseling psychology. She provides consultation in counseling and business practices, as well as providing supervision, consultation to professionals in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Please reach out to drlatashamcElwain.com, 704-492-1105. And we're back with We Got Options with the Doctor and Son. And so today we're still finishing up our conversation talking about Dr. Dream Dancer Studio with the Green McElwain Foundation. It is one of the initiatives. And in talking about it, wanted to just share and put out there that we do have two YouTube channels to go along with what we're doing with Dr. Dream Dancer Studio. We have one YouTube channel, which is Insightful Options, and then we have a second YouTube channel, which is Insightful Options 1. On Insightful Options 1, you will see more information about Dr. Dream Dancer Studio that is actually a little bit more involved in the stretch and meditation classes that we hold. So the stretch and meditation classes basically are sunrise and sunset. Sunrise in the mornings, trying to, convey the idea to the mass, to the population, that, stretching is something that actually keeps us younger and helps us feel more limber and allow us to move better, moving our joints and everything. And stretching on a level where you're actually meditating is something that, of course, I take pride in. And doing that really helps to slow things down. It helps to reduce anxiety levels. It helps to put things in perspective. It allows you to be definitely more mindful and be in the moment. So, with that being said, it's just a lot of really refocusing and giving yourself a minute to breathe. Along with that meditation and that stretching, again, I have definitely been implementing breathing techniques in there as well. So, with that being said, every Saturday and Sunday morning, I get out and I get in, a space where I can actually just stretch. And when I say stretch, I mean stretching from the head all the way to the toes. Really just allowing myself to have that time to get involved, and allowing the class members that do come, the people that do participate, allowing them to feel that stretch and feel that moment and taking that time to breathe as well. So that's one of the biggest part of the morning stretch and meditation, the sunrise, to really get your day going and feel like you're in a good place. We typically do that around 7, sometimes 8 a.m. I kind of fluctuate back and forth with the timing depending on the class members and, how many folks are going to show up or how many folks are coming in virtual with us. So a lot of times that could be generated to a point where I am given instructions, but I would like to see people be able to do it on their own Monday through Friday, because I'm only doing it on Saturday and Sunday mornings. And then again for sunset as well, having that nice long, not even long, but that period of time to stretch and really kind of get ready for a good night's sleep, or just the evening to wind down, the wind down time in the evening. So those are things that we're trying to just put out there and trying to make people more aware of, is bringing that awareness to what we're doing. And I think awareness is a big thing right now. And Tremaine, you can chime in with that at any point when it comes down to being aware of the things that's going to help you to be more, again, we're talking about being healthy. We're talking about being, well, we're talking about being in a good place in life. So you can chime in and just tell me, your thoughts, of course, on things like that too, Tremaine.
I mean, of course, with me having cerebral palsy, I have to keep up a little bit of take out a little bit of time out of my day to do stretches and things of that nature to keep my body going and to keep me mobile and everything.
Hmm.
So it's something that I also do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for the most part, that's one of the reasons why we, also came up with the idea of having this component. Tremaine, definitely with you having cerebral palsy, with me myself, just having the last few years, I always tell people, once you start, getting to a point where you're quote unquote aging, things are starting to change. And I have had double hip replacement. I'm in the process of having foot surgeries right now to get some correction going when it comes down to my feet and how they look and how they will continue to develop as I get older, doing a lot of preventative measures with some of the pain that has been there or that my doctor was seeing that would start to occur even more if I didn't have something done soon. Just being in positions like that, and then realizing, getting to the point of, with women, not men, well, sometimes with men too, though, we start having these.
Everybody can have some of that.
No, no. What I was going to say was the hormonal stages, which men can have hormonal stages too. But
Yeah,
women, yeah, we have hormonal stages where, at a certain age, the weight comes on just easier. I could look at a cheesecake and I done gained 5 pounds, you know? And I know I'm literally saying that as in, but I tell people that sometimes literally how it feels when I just had a bite or two and I gained 5 pounds from eating that bite or two. I mean, I know I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying that's just what we go through, with our hormones when our hormones are changing. And Tremaine, I'm sure you can mention that as well, as far as,
Oh,
yeah. Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody, we all gain, specific weights as we age, as we get older.
Hmm.
Our metabolism slows down. It affects us all equally, really.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, when we're thinking about, having that mobility, like you said, Tremaine, that flexibility and, feeling healthier and feeling more, in tune with yourself, I think that's a big thing to start thinking about in life. So that's one of the reasons why Dr. Dream Dancer Studio became a thing. And with that being said, it's just something that we really are going to push forward for, like I said, not just the current generation that we're dealing with, but the generations to come. And, even with older adults, we have sometimes 60-year-olds that ask about the stretching and different things like that. And I can attest to it that, my mom, she's in a stretching class in her YMCA in our hometown. She is in a class where they're doing a lot more stretching, and she gets proud of the fact that now she can actually lift her legs up and cross them and do different things with her legs that she hadn't been able to do with her legs in years, because she was so in a, I guess, a sedimentary type lifestyle where she would work, yes, and she would move around, but when she got home she did nothing else but just sit or go to church and just sit. And those types of activities, when you're not doing a lot in your body's, as you're getting older and your body's more settled down and you're not moving, that's a big thing. And like I said, as we're talking about going into this technology era that we're have entered and we're going to continue to go into, we do have to think about being in a position where we're remote and we're sitting 8 hours or 12 hours, or things of that nature. So I think, considering having different type of workshops and different type of, like I said, education and different types of awarenesses and things of that nature, I think that's going to be something that's going to be real big for, as we continue to move forward into the future of, living and continuing on. What are your thoughts, Tremaine? Anything there?
Um, I mean, I agree with everything you said.
Hmm.
Much.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't think I have anything to add, really.
Okay. Well, again, this is a show that we just really wanted to put out there because we want to tell people that, yes, we want to look forward in the, um, months to come, definitely in 2024, where Dr. Dream Dancer Studios will be on the scene, and we will be providing some workshops. We will be providing some classes. We will be providing education, awareness, just helping people realize that, they can do a little to work up to, eventually being what they consider a lot if they want to, or just right for them. But these are things that we are really going to be pushing in the year 2024. So I'm glad that we were able to have this conversation. But with that, we're going to go to a commercial break and we'll be back after these messages. Insightful Options, PLLC, providing counseling, consultation, and DWI services in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Contact us at www.insightful-options.com, 704-492-1105. Hello, and we're back with We Got Options with the Doctor and Son. And we are finishing up our conversation here talking about Dr. Dream Dancer Studio, which is a part of the Green McElwain Foundation. Just want to really put it out there that we have our YouTube channel, which is Insightful Options and Insightful Options One. And if you have any more questions and thoughts and want to definitely find out more about Dr. Dream Dancer Studios and the activities that we're going to be starting and we're going to be moving forward with, and the activities we currently have running now, you can go to www.greenmcElwain.com foundation.org. You can also go to insightful-options.com. You can also go to drlatashamcilwain.com as well. And all of these different websites where we're actually featuring the Dr. Dream Dancer studio information, you'll be able to find out about what we have going on. You'll also be able to contact us. Our contact numbers, it's the same contact number, but our contact number is 704-492-1105. You would be able to make contact and find out class schedules and workshop schedules and things of that nature, and new activities that we have starting or going into effect. So wanted to just put that out there. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But we always like to say thank you for joining us on the radio airs here, as well as through our podcast with We Got Options with the Doctor and Son, 8:30 a.m. Friday mornings. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. We Got Options with the Doctor and Son, a family conversation discussing mental health and wellness topics weekly with a variety of special guest appearances. Join us every Friday morning at 8:30 a.m. on www.wdrbmedia.com.